One of the most mythological weapons in all of Star Wars is also an interesting and important artifact, and it's called the Darksaber. It's been wielded by the likes of Darth Maul during the Clone Wars, and more recently the sinister Imperial agent Moff Gideon during the events of The Mandalorian. Where does this ancient weapon come from? What makes it different from most lightsabers? Why is it black in color? Well, that's why we're here, folks. Welcome to Patrol Clip, and today we'll be explaining everything you need to know about the Darksaber so that you can be all caught up in time for Season 2 of The Mandalorian. And before we begin, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the little notification bell to stay up to date on videos just like this one. So, what is the Darksaber? Let's start off with a description of the weapon itself. So the Darksaber is an ancient black-bladed lightsaber, and unlike the others, this one resembles a traditional sword with a slim blade that comes from a slit-shaped emitter. The hilt can be easily grabbed with two hands, and the wielder's thoughts and actions control the power within the blade, which is why sometimes when you see the blade crackling with white electricity, it means that the user is in a heightened emotional state. The hum and pitch of the blade was notably higher than contemporary lightsabers, and the blade gave off a whistling sound when it was swung through the air. The Darksaber can also, of course, parry blows from another lightsaber. A lot of people ask why the Darksaber is black compared to the colorful array of plasma blades in the galaxy. And well, the weapon still uses a kyber crystal, and the reason behind it being black is probably because of a black kyber crystal. Or, if we really want to speculate, a pearl from a crate dragon, which can be and has been used to construct lightsabers in the past. However, the Mandalorians are very inventive people when it comes to their technology, so it's safe to say that probably they did some kind of special modifications. Why it emits a black light is kind of a mystery as well, but the blade could act as some kind of a mini sword-shaped black hole perhaps, with the energy current being bended up and around instead of up and down like a normal lightsaber. It is important to note that the blade draws lightsaber's blows like a magnet, so it may very well be the case. What are its origins? What we know, the Darksaber was a respected weapon by the Mandalorians in the days of the Old Republic, and could only be obtained by defeating the previous owner in combat. Its original owner, Tare Vizsla of House Vizsla, was the first Mandalorian to be inducted into the Jedi Order. After he passed away, the Darksaber was stored in the Jedi Temple and remained untouched for quite some time until the Mandalorians of House Vizsla raided the Jedi Temple during the fall of the Old Republic. The Darksaber would then be passed on generation to generation for many years, and by the time the Clone Wars came around, its journey with House Vizsla would soon reach its end. The Darksaber came into possession of Pre Vizsla, the leader of a terrorist group called Death Watch, during the Clone Wars, where he would wield it against many different Jedi, including Obi-Wan Kenobi.
This lightsaber was stolen from your Jedi temple by my ancestors during the fall of the Old Republic. Since then, many Jedi have died upon its blade. Prepare yourself to join them.
And Ahsoka Tano. One day, however, he would encounter an unlikely ally after finding Darth Maul and his brother Savage Operus drifting in space. And soon after, Vizsla agreed to an alliance between Death Watch and Maul's Shadow Collective, hoping to use Maul to retake Mandalore. Sure enough, Vizsla would betray and imprison Maul.
I don't have an interest in the other systems. Your vision no longer matters.
But we all know that he doesn't go down that easy. Maul, full of anger, escaped the prison and challenged Vizsla to a fight to the death for leadership of Death Watch, which is now the rulers of Mandalore, and the Darksaber itself.
I challenge you, one warrior to another, and only the strongest shall rule Mandalore.
Vizsla accepted the duel and the two fought valiantly, with Vizsla using every Mandalorian trick in the book to defend and attack against Maul. But eventually, Vizsla was disarmed by Maul, with the Sith Lord force pulling the Darksaber into his grasp and killing Vizsla, thus ending the House Vizsla's rule over Mandalore as quickly as it began.
Like you said, only the strongest shall rule.
The Darksaber would stay with Maul for quite some time, and he would take many lives with it, including the one of Satine Kryze, the love of Obi-Wan Kenobi's life. It wasn't until his fateful duel with Darth Sidious on Mandalore where Maul would briefly become separated with the weapon during his captivity after losing to Sidious. After escaping and regaining the weapon from Prime Minister Almec, he would use it against opponents such as Count Dooku and General Grievous. He would then return to using his double-bladed red lightsaber against Ahsoka Tano in the Siege of Mandalore, guarding the Darksaber on Dathomir, his homeworld, where it would stay for many years until the events of Star Wars Rebels. You still with us, people? Good deal, because we got a lot more where that came from. So anyway, during the period before the Galactic Civil War, the Darksaber was kept in the Night Sister lair on Dathomir, where it was then discovered by Sabine Wren, a member of the Ghost Crew and Mandalorian warrior. She and Ezra Bridger helped free the saber from its imprisonment, and Sabine gave it to Kanan Jarrus, as she was unsure how to use it, which I suppose anyone probably would be. Soon after, however, it turned out that the Darksaber was the key to uniting her clan and the rebellion. Over the course of a few days on the planet Atollon, she received lightsaber training from both Ezra and Kanan, and was finally able to wield the Darksaber as her own. You little badass. She then traveled to Crownest to unite the two clans, seeking support from her mother Ursa Wren, who decided to trade the Darksaber for her daughter's safety with Viceroy Gar Saxon, who happened to betray the two and ordered his men to kill Sabine. A savage duel between Sabine and Saxon ensued, with Sabine eventually overpowering him and claiming rightful leadership of the Darksaber. Yeah! Sabine would wield the Darksaber for some time until encountering Satine Kryze's sister, Bo-Katan, during a mission. She offered the blade to her, but Katan refused, saying that she was unworthy. It wasn't until a raid on Tiber Saxon's Star Destroyer that she persuaded Katan to take the weapon, with Katan accepting the weapon in memory of her sister and for the honor of Mandalore. Now, here's where things get a little more mysterious. After Bo-Katan's ownership, it was unknown where the Darksaber was or who it was with. And about 9 years after the events of Episode 4, it was found out that Imperial agent Moff Gideon had come into possession of the weapon, slicing through the wreckage of his crashed TIE fighter after a battle with the Mandalorian. So how the hell did Moff Gideon obtain the Darksaber? Well, there's one of two ways this can go. The darkest option is that he defeated and possibly killed Bo-Katan and obtained the Darksaber that way, without really knowing the importance behind the weapon, of course.
You serious?
As ruthless as Gideon is, we're pretty sure that he wouldn't care if he ruled Mandalore or not. The other option is that he just found it somewhere. He's been using it ever since. There's a small gap between when we last saw the Darksaber in Rebels. We can definitely expect to learn how it came into Gideon's possession during the events of The Mandalorian. Well, for now, that's pretty much all we know about the Darksaber. Did any of you out there find this video useful? Are you excited to see the Darksaber pop up again in Season 2 of The Mandalorian? If you did, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and ring the little notification bell so that you don't miss out any other videos like this one. And also be sure to check out another video we did on the trailer for Season 2 where we theorize over what could happen in the future episodes of the show. And until next time!